What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another stock hours video. Today we are diving deep in depth on how to set up your Thinkorswim to trade on the go, especially if you're trading on one monitor. Typically beginner traders are trading on one monitor or on the go at work, etc. So you'd want a setup that works best and in terms of only needing one monitor, and you don't need 3, 4 monitors like the professional traders do. All right, let's get started straight into it. So the first thing you want to do is you would want to go into your Thinkorswim, log in, make sure this says real time, click on it, make sure everything says real time. If it doesn't, you would have to call them. So get that over with, make sure everything says real time, and then you'd want to go to charts and then flexible grid. So this is where we're gonna do the setup. Charts and flexible grid. It'll make sense in a second as to why I do that. So charts, flexible grid, and then I'm going to hit the top right grid there, and I'm gonna hit customize, turn that on. This button here is gonna show up. I'm gonna do one to the right, so I'm gonna click the middle button. It'll open up one to the right, and then I'm gonna hit the first button. It will open up another one below it. Then I'm going to start linking these charts. So top left here, I'm going to link that to red. I'm going to link this to red, and I'm going to link, I'm going to link this one to yellow, and I'm going to link this one to red. So this is how it looks. Link red, link yellow, link red. Then at the bottom here, I'm going to remove chart. So it's going to be this bottom or middle button at C. Click that. Gets rid of the chart. I'm going to click DB, display buttons. This is where I watch level 1. Typically, people watch level 2, but if you're on Thinkorswim, you typically don't see the walls sitting on the bid and ask sides. So I personally only watch the first bid and ask, which are level 1. So instead of watching these small numbers, I watch the big buttons here. So getting rid of level 2, this is what I'm left with. The top one here, I'm going to remove chart, just like we did earlier, and then I'm going to turn on active trader. This stuff needs to be removed. If you do use the active trader, you would want to keep this. I'm assuming you're going to not use active trader and just use buy market, sell market. I'll explain why I use buy market, sell market. So people typically want to trade with limit orders, but if the stock you trade has tight spreads, it wouldn't matter. You only typically want limit buttons if the stock you trade has wide spreads. If you're trading options, you would want to stick to stocks that have tight spreads because of the added risk on top of the option risk anyways. So this is how I'm going to set it up. I'm going to go to the first cogwheel. So there are 2 cogwheels. This is the first one. That's the second one. It's super small. I will go to the first one here. And then I'm going to remove, cancel, reverse, flatten. I just drag these to the left. Then I'm going to drag quantity with buttons up, auto send on and off, up, flatten now, up, cancel all, back here, up as well, and hit OK. This is how it's going to look like. Then I'm going to turn on auto send. Auto send allows you to execute immediately. If I have auto send off, it will give me a confirmation message first. Then I will go to the second cogwheel, the one slightly lower. This one, I'm going to remove the active trader. This is assuming you don't use the active trader. Getting rid of all of these, dragging them to the left. I'm keeping one because Thinkorswim doesn't allow you to remove all of them. So hit OK. I just kept volume there. Active trader is done and ready. Now I'm going to drag this to the right there. So I'm just going to keep this here. Now I don't want to drag it too far because then it won't show me the net position. So if you trade options, you would need to constantly be aware of your net position. So if you drag that too far, you won't see that. I need to know how many contracts I'm still in with, right? Let's say I have 50 contracts, I sell 40, it will say net position 10. So I have 10 left that I need to sell. Always keep that on and be aware that it's there. So if you drag this too far, it will disappear. So just as far enough for me to be able to see it. Next, back to the chart here. I'm going to add one to the right, so the middle button. I'm going to add one to lower, so the first button. This is how it's going to look. I'm going to link these to red, both of them. This one will be the 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart, whichever one you favor. The bottom one is going to stay on the daily chart. Gonna get rid of volume on the daily chart. So hitting equities, volume subgraph, remove. That's how it's gonna look. The top one, kind of want to keep an eye on volume in the smaller time frames like 5 and 15. So I'm gonna keep that. And here I have the 1-minute chart. Next, I need to go to each chart's settings and turn on OHLC. So I need to make sure Snap Drawings to OHLC. I need to make sure it's like that for all of them. OHLC, OHLC, Snap Drawings 2, apply. Now they're all ready. We're almost done. Last, or actually there's 2 things left. I need a comparison line. So I need a way to look at divergence without having to look at a second monitor. So I want to compare, for example, I have Tesla open up right now. I want to compare Tesla to the overall market. Is Tesla stronger or weaker in correlation to /NQ or /ES? You can also use SPY and QQQ. So how do I know that without needing another monitor? Also without opening another NQ or ES chart. The way you do that is with a comparison line. So if you only trade on one monitor, this is the way you'd want to do it. I'm gonna hit studies on the 1-minute chart here. Hit studies, add study, compare with, custom symbol, /NQ or /ES, SPY, QQ, whichever one you favor. Hit OK. Now I can see NQ on the Tesla chart that I'm watching. So I could clearly tell the divergence or the correlation with the overall market. I could tell immediately that Tesla off the open and throughout the entire day is significantly weaker than the overall market. Notice the market was rallying today on the 15th of May of 2024. And Tesla was weak. So I could clearly tell without having to open a new chart. If you're using one monitor, this is the way you'd want to do it because you're going to have to open too many charts to be able to see everything. So that's the way I like to do it. There's one last thing, which is super important in my trading, and that would be the alerts that I get on my phone. So how do I know, let's say for example, I want to be aware when Tesla approaches 172. So I'm going to right click, create alert, at or below, and hit create. There's the alert, okay? But if I'm not on desk, if I walk away, that alert is going to trigger and I will never know. So how do I get to know with a push notification on my phone? This is the way you'd want to do it. You'd want to go to Market Watch, right next to charts. Then you would want to go here to this button on the alert book section. You'd click that and you'd hit alert notifications. When you hit alert notifications, it will prompt you with a message to whether you would want to receive the alerts on email or on your phone number itself. So it will send you an SMS message when Tesla gets to 172, which is extremely important if you want to build that discipline of being able to walk away from your desk while you're trading. Getting a simple SMS message on your phone, and you would know that, oh, Tesla's at this location, I'm interested. Or Nvidia's at that location, 950, 1000, and I'm interested. Hit alert notifications. I won't be doing that because it will show my phone number, but you want to hit that, add your phone number, hit check SMS notifications, and you're good to go. You'll get SMS notifications every time your alerts trigger. One last thing. Go back to charts. To be able to execute the option contract, you would want to switch to the trade tab up here. That's trade. This is the option chain. Calls on the left, puts on the right if you're new. You would want to go to the contract you want. It doesn't matter if you click bid or ask. You're just going to right click on either of them. Let's say I want the 175 calls. Right click, send to yellow. I just sent the 175 calls to the chart section up here. So if we drag that a little, you will see Tesla 175 calls are ready to be executed. So if I hit buy market, it will buy that contract for me. Be aware that when you switch the chart, let's say we go to we'll go to Nvidia. It will change everything to Nvidia except the option contract. That option contract is still on Tesla. So you'd want to go to trade again, grab the new contracts that you want, send to yellow, and they would move over to this location. And then you're ready to execute that Nvidia contract. There is one final thing that I wanted to cover, and that would be we spoke about real time, okay? We spoke about alerts and OHLC. All right, we're good to go. Hopefully that helped. If you have multiple monitors, you would obviously want the exact same setup, but on a different stock. So all you'd want to do is click on this button here under on demand, hit detach, and you're good to go on an exact replica of what we just made. And you just move that over to a different monitor. And you might want to have, for example, Tesla. You just unlink them, right? You would want to have Tesla, for example. You can link it to a different color. And now I can watch both Tesla and Nvidia at the same time with identical setups. So I could execute a lot quicker. I would highly advise you guys to not look at 15 stocks at the same time. So don't use another monitor to look at 15 other stocks. That's mental fatigue. That's not going to get you anywhere. You would want to focus on specific stocks that are hot in the market or have volume, and you'd want to watch them on a zoomed in chart like the 1 minute, the 5 minute, 15, and the daily chart all at the same time. So you have an overall picture of that stock and not 15 stocks. That will make sense, right? That's mental fatigue. Hopefully that helped how to set up your Thinkorswim. And if you are new to Stock Hours, we do lessons and the free live Discord trading on Wednesdays. Make sure you check the links down below. And if this helped you out, do us a favor, leave a like, comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.